Hey everybody, this is Josh at CollectionDX.com here with a new review. This is the Black Series Book of Boba Fett, but the Throne Room version. As you can see, it comes in nice Star Wars Black Series packaging. Some nice illustration on the side. These packages always drive me a little crazy because, like, this is the only pertinent information in your language. So they do this multiple language things so they can sell it in different regions. But remember when the back of boxes were cool and they had different items in the same sort of release? I miss that so much. This is crap. This is crap design. Oh, this crap. It's just crap. Yeah, it's not great. But the figure itself, we will find out if it is great in just a moment. This has been brought to you by fun.com. So if you're interested in this, go check it out. So here's the figure. It's a typical nice Black Series quality. Actually, I'd say it's better than typical Black Series quality. While they're charging more for these than they used to, they have, sort of increased the quality of the figures, and in my opinion, and using kind of better materials. There also are some more accessories, but I believe this is a deluxe figure, so it's supposed to come with more accessories. So you have the jetpack, which has nice movable nozzles and a removable missile on it. So I was kind of confused on how jetpacks work in the Star Wars world because, and sometimes you just see someone just go took and it's on there. It's just like they lift it over and there's a magnet that attaches it. But you can see here there are sort of straps molded in. Hard to figure out exactly how they work. I've been watching Rebels lately and they just sort of stick them on and everybody automatically knows how to use them. I don't know. Okay, so we have a nice little blaster. We have Boba Fett's rifle. Same sort of style he's been using, but as we know, one of them got cut up back in the past, so he got a new one and he likes what he likes. And we have the Boba Fett helmet, which is pretty good. It's not really warped or anything, which you see sometimes with these. It's got the movable viewfinder. It's got some nice little detail. It's got the dent in the helmet, so everything there is appropriate. It looks good. The figure itself is nice, but I've never really got behind Tamora Morris, I guess. So I'm definitely going to be displaying this with the helmet on kind of figure. There's some weird, dryness with this paint on the head. And there's one eye's a little in and one eye's a little straight. But generally, it's a nice likeness. Some people call him the fat Boba Fett. But Tamora Morrison is husky as shit. This isn't, there's no fat on this figure. It looks good. He's just a husky dude. I think it's appropriate for, a Boba Fett of this age to, be a stocky guy. When we met him years and years ago, he was younger and thinner and spry. And now he is old and just getting that dad bod going on. Some nice detail. You got some ball joint on the torso. Typical kind of joints here. Some of these have, visible kind of shoulder crunches maybe. This might have it, I don't know. There's a joint there. This swivels and you get your gauntlet here. And you have your pivot on the wrist. But it also does, rotate within that space. This whole piece is kind of a rubber belt that kind of comes down to these rubber skirt pieces. There's a little holster on the side there. Nice ball joint on the hips. But I always get a little, I guess it's fine to have a cut here, but, it does sort of do a number on the lines of the figure when you do that. I thought this was interesting with the knees is that you actually got this really deep solid joint in there, and you can't even see because of the nature of the legs, but you've got the knee pad with the kind of darts on there. This rotates, nice, kind of ball and swivel feet, your typical pegs under there. So overall, he's got a nice level of articulation. He can do some really cool poses, and he can hold his weapons great. So let's see with the helmet on. 200% better. Right? Just nobody's here for Tamora Morrison. I love the guy as an actor, but this is why we love Boba Fett. So the pistol can fit into the holster, which I always appreciate, and you can hold it. The backpack does go on with a couple of secured points there. And I have popped this off a couple of times while holding it, so you really gotta like give it an oomph. But now you've got the backpack, and you know, these hands are a little flexible. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge to get them to actually do what you want them to do. So be prepared to spend a little bit of time to get the gun in the hand the way you want. So, I mean, it's a solid figure. I like it a lot. I know there are a lot of thoughts about the Book of Boba Fett TV show. And I'll tell you what, after I've done this review, I will give you my hot take on it, because nobody asked for it. But, yeah. So, yeah, there's Boba Fett. I think he looks kind of great. And I think you should buy him if you are into Black Series figures, Boba Fett, Star Wars, what have you. You can get yours where this one came from at fun.com. All right, now I'm going to talk about Book of Boba Fett, which is a nice idea. I thought the whole Tusken stuff was great. Spoilers here, of course. But they did Boba Fett dirty. This was not what anybody wanted out of a Boba Fett. When Boba Fett first came back in The Mandalorian, people were excited, and justifiably so. That was the Boba Fett we wanted to see, just a hardcore badass. But then this whole, I'm going to be a politician, I'm going to be a daimyo, and no, I'm going to change my ways. And that's not why we like Boba Fett. That was annoying. And then Robert Rodriguez, who is a competent director in his own way, made some of the worst episodes of Star Wars television out there, especially the Scooter Kids. Just not good. So, and there's a lot of like, you're Boba Fett. You're getting your ass handed to you all the time. Use the goddamn jetpack. Use your guns, use your whips, like all these tools you have at your disposal. He seemed to just get his ass kicked a lot. He was in a back-to tank every third episode having a flashback. Like, and I know like Disney has an aversion to guns in their media, and maybe that's why everyone goes to fisticuffs instead of shooting, but man, it could have been a very different series, that is. I mean, I don't hate the series. Again, I really liked the Tusken Raiders subplot, and then I was really upset that they kind of threw that away and killed a bunch of people over the Pike Syndicate, which stop trying to make the Pike Syndicate a thing. It's really not a thing. Will we see more of Boba Fett played by Tamora Morrison? I'm sure we will, but what I would like to see is a younger Boba Fett series that is portrayed by was it Daniel Logan, who played the Boba Fett. He's the right age now to be in the Boba Fett suit, being Boba Fett, showing what made Boba Fett Boba Fett. That's the series you want to see. All right, Josh from CollectionDX. Talk to you next time.